Today on the channel, we've got the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Player 2 M.Bison on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured. Back with another Jada Toys Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final Challengers review. This time we're looking at the Player 2 M.Bison or Vega, depending on which side of the pond you're on. Obviously, I got it from Jada Toys Next Level. As always, I was unfortunately too late to get Dalsim, but I will pick him up on AliExpress. So it might be a little bit, it might be a little minute before I cover Dalsim, but we will be covering him on the channel as well. So, stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we're going to be happy with what we do have. And we've got Player 2 M.Bison. So this figure is the third version of M.Bison to be released in the line. The second one was a Big Bad Toy Store kind of internet exclusive. It was like the blue and red one, which was never one of my favorite colors. And it didn't really come with anything extra, so I did not get it. But this one comes with a ton of extra effects and everything. And so, of course, that makes it a lot more attractive. And so we're going to dive into it, starting with the packaging. You got your nice M.Bison Player 2 player select screen artwork. Looks really nice. Nothing new for Jada. This is what you get all the time. On the side, you get the Champion Edition artwork for M.Bison. And even though he's not this color in the package, this is the color of the M.Bison that they did for the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive one, but it's like from the official artwork. And I'm hilariously looking at it like that. Now it kind of makes me want to, because this is like literally, that was like literally Champion Edition Player 2 M.Bison. Same thing on this side. And on the back, of course, you got his stage and Player 2 Champion Edition M.Bison on the back, even though that's not the figure that's in the box. So we're going to get rid of this slip case. And as you can see on the slip case, this is not the Player 2 M.Bison that they have on the back, but it is one of the Player 2 M.Bisons. And they went with this one instead of the blue and red one that I just showed you. So, of course, you got your magical cross-sell down here. Well, player select screen. I wouldn't call it a cross-sell. Every figure in the wave will come from this player select screen. And we are, at this point, about halfway through. So we still need E-Honda. We still need Thunderhawk. We still need Balrog. We still need Akuma. We still need Zangief. We still need Vega, but Vega is done. He's out. He'll be, in fact, probably next weekend, he'll be getting his review on the channel. So we still need a good 5 characters to complete the full line, which will be a first for Street Fighter, because in history, no company has made every figure in the line since Hasbro did it way back in like '93. Nobody's ever finished a Street Fighter game, so to speak. So as you can see, M.Bison in the package with all the extra stuff that he comes with. 3 heads for M.Bison for this figure, additional to the ones that's on there. 2 additional heads for your player 1 M.Bison. Extra hands, neck cutting thumbs, punch effect, flame effect for the Psycho Crusher effect itself, and the alternate shoulder pads that you get when he's not wearing the cape, which he is wearing in the package. And we can't forget these stands that are in there as well. So we're going to get M.Bison out and look at this stuff a lot more closely. All right, so we've got M.Bison out of the package with all of his stuff. Until we get Dhalsim, I would say that this is the figure that's come with more stuff than any Street Fighter figure up to this point. And it's definitely going to lend itself to display options that you might not have been able to do with the original M.Bison. So I guess we'll go over the accessories first because it's a lot. And right here prominently, of course, we've got our blue flame effect for when M.Bison uses the Psycho Crusher. Which of course is one of the main draws of doing this, getting this figure. Dhalsim comes with the obviously orange flame, which was a lot more prevalent in the game. You would see it more. So I understand why Dhalsim sold faster than M.Bison, even though they both sold out. But this one's just as good. You know, you can still use this blue also with the super fireball effect that Ryu also has. So it doesn't work just for M.Bison, but it's there. And honestly, you know, I don't even care about the orange or blue. I could use it either way. I probably will use it either way. Next up, you've got the hands. So you've got the thumbs up hands here, but you know, M.Bison uses them as sort of like throat cutting heads, which you do see on the back of the box. He's in that pose. And most likely, that's probably how I'm actually going to display this one, because I think the red M.Bison with the cape is probably, you know, that's probably going to be the default for that. As if you've been following my videos and M.Bison's been other videos, I kept the cape on that one, so I'm probably going to continue to do that. And you got the Psycho Crusher / clutching hands. And then you've got the alternate shoulder pads for when the cape isn't on. You got your punch effect that the original M.Bison also comes with. And of course, you've got your Psycho Crusher. Can't wait to get into that. Looks really good. They were nice enough this time to include some instructions for how you're supposed to utilize all this stuff. They are in the box with the figure, and it's a 2-piece thing, as you can see. That's pretty cool. So we're definitely gonna Psycho Crusher them up at some point in the video. Now looking at the heads, you've got the default angry player 2 select screen face. You've got the evil rictus sort of M.Bison smile. You got the smirk. And then you get the smirk and the evil rictus for your original M.Bison. Now, because I didn't get the Player 2 M.Bison, I'm wondering if that one has a red hat. And I guess I could just look at the package. But I thought that that he had a blue hat, so that one's not going to have extra head. There's no extra head options for the Player 2 one because it didn't come with extra heads or anything. But you get it with this. Oh, I forgot. You got your flight stand for the Psycho Crusher. Now looking at M.Bison himself, he is very much the same figure as the original release, original 2 releases, but he's in green and orange brown boots. Obviously a screen accurate uniform. So there's that. So I guess next up what we'll do is switch out M.Bison in a way that I probably will more or less keep him before we do some comparisons. Okay, so we got M.Bison in the pose. More or less, I'm probably going to keep this one in. It's not going to be my main M.Bison for sure. So, but you can convincingly put him in his win pose very easily. And he looks cool. Same articulation scheme as normal M.Bison. I did have one issue when I was taking his cape off. It came off of one of his things and it's not glued on. So like this one's glued on, but this one isn't. So I can't have this one wear the cape anyway because, well, it came off. And I probably can get it back on there. But this one had there was no glue. It was just on there. And it came off when I was trying to pull off his, pull the shoulder pads off. Like I thought I had it on there. It's kind of back on there, but I'm just not going to use it anyway. He looks great, and I really like this head on him. It looks good. And these are hands, in just normal posing and not necessarily playing. These are hands that I probably wouldn't use otherwise, so it's gonna be fine leaving them like this. Now, that being said, we still have to do all of our Psycho Crusher stuff. And we have, of course, on hand, regular M.Bison. We're definitely going to swap his head out. We're going to swap this head. And we'll give him the maniacal smiling head. I like that. We're going to go with that. Now, one thing about the Psycho Crusher is you can't really do it with the cape on. So we're going to put this M.Bison over here. And then we're going to turn this one into the Psycho Crusher M.Bison. So by default, there he is with the Psycho Crusher flying pose. sort of stick this over him like that. There you go. So he's Psycho Crushered up. He's got his Psycho Crusher over his body, you know, pretty convincingly. And somebody's now the victim of the Psycho Crusher attack. Whoever that random person is. And yeah, it looks great. Looks pretty awesome. So like if you're, I fully expect people who are better stop motion animators than me to be coming up with ways to do the Psycho Crusher in stop motion. It fits on them pretty much perfectly. So you can definitely pull it off, and it looks awesome. You can you know, I guess sort of do like that. Well, yeah, I mean that's probably how it looks when you do it in the game. But I like it. I like it a lot. Works out pretty awesomely. So I guess next what we'll do is go ahead and get some comparisons in. Be right back. All right, for starters, for comparisons, we've got last year's Player 2 Chun-Li, and the year before that's Player 2 Ryu, Paul Mart exclusive, Jada Toys Next Level exclusives, respectively, or in reverse, respectively. And hey, you know, if you're trying to get all the Player 2 versions and everything, that's pretty cool. Chun-Li, of course, also has the red version. Ryu also has the evil Ryu version. And all of these things look right in their way and how they're supposed to be. He certainly works in your Street Fighter display, as you can see, he does. As we enter the versus era of the Capcom figures now coming out, I think it's time that we start doing some versus comparisons. So we've got now M.Bison with some Marvel guys that he may have had some interaction with, maybe not. I don't think Psylocke was in X-Men versus Street Fighter, but Psylocke is here. She got her review last week, and Sabretooth from last year is here as well. X-Men versus Street Fighter. And one thing about Psylocke that recently came to light is she has boot cut. She actually has a thigh swivel, and I missed it in my review, and it seems like most people have. But apparently Dwight, you know, said no, she's got thigh swivel. So I went and picked up my Psylocke, and indeed, she does have thigh swivel. So it is disguised by the straps, but you know, it's a thigh swivel. So that is another win for this figure that I thought was full of win already. And while it's M.Bison's, you know, video, I definitely wanted to make sure that somewhere along the lines that got covered. And to round things out, we've got X-Men 97 Cyclops and Player 2 Ken. Just so you can see this guy with a bunch of figures that he could interact with. So I guess that's all I got for you. We can move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on Jada Toys San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Player 2 M.Bison. There's a lot to cover with this figure, but I think all of it is good. I was annoyed about my cape, but again, it was really my fault. I really can't blame Jada Toys for my ineptitude of taking my things off. And as I stated, I'm not gonna display this M.Bison like that, but it does make me somewhat sad. But other than that, I got no complaints. I complain to myself, I guess. I think this figure is just as great as any other Jada Toy Street Fighter figure release, even if it's off model from what I would, use as my main M.Bison. All the great stuff that you come with it, that you get with it, all the great stuff that you get with it, you know, makes it certainly worth the money. I'm pretty sure I'm going to feel the same way about Dalsim as soon as I grab him. Needless to say, I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10. I might have dropped him to a 9, but again, all the extra stuff that you get with him, I can't make him less than a 10. I think going forward, maybe Street Fighter, Jada Toys Street Fighter figures will get 9s. Simply because, if they're repaints, simply because the figure that it comes from is already a 10 figure, and this one's probably going to be a 10 figure, but you already have it. You're just buying the same thing you already had in a sense. But when they come with extra bits, that really makes the difference. So yeah, 10 out of 10. M.Bison Player 2 version. So that's going to do it for this one. As I said, we will be getting Dalsim in the future. It's going to be a little while. He's not exactly available right this second on AliExpress, but I will be grabbing one off of there since I missed the official release through Jada Next Level. We have Vega coming next week. Well, he'll be here this week, but next weekend I'll probably do the video for him. And we've also got Storm Collectibles Ken. So there's going to be a lot more Street Fighter in the very near future. So please tune in. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We are doing everything we can to grow our footprint in the action figure collecting space. And, we're always going to try and do quality reviews for you. So until next time, everybody stay safe, happy collecting. See you on the next video. Peace.
The way I got it figured.